Oprah. Oh, my dear Oprah. I thought I had known daytime talk show love when I'd grown up with Mike Douglas and Phil Donahue. But looking back, those were infatuations. Those were minor affairs of the heart compared to my true love, Oprah. In 1986, Oprah debuted the Oprah Winfrey Show. I was a senior in high school. I was a senior in college at North Carolina State University. And I was really infatuated with her and the show right away, and I changed my schedule so that I could see Oprah as much as possible in my spring semester. I felt like Oprah was speaking to me, directly to me. I felt like Oprah was saying, Liz, tell your truth. Liz, you can heal yourself. Liz, face your own demons, and if you face your own demons, you will help others face their own demons. And I said, really, Oprah? And she said, yes. And I said, thank you. And she said, you're welcome. The year after I graduated from college, my mother fell out a window, a second-story window. She was leaning back to clean the top of it. Her legs were inside the bedroom, and she fell 2 stories down onto the floor. She fell onto the rose bushes. I don't mean to be insensitive, but she was fine. She's now dead, but it had nothing to do with that fall. Okay. So she falls onto this rose bed. She's fine because of the mulch. I find out of it because my dad. I found out about it because my dad calls me and says, "Hey, your mother fell out of a second-story window." And I said, was she drinking? And he did his usual enabling bellowing and said, oh, what an inappropriate time to ask such a question. Turns out, of course, she was drinking. In fact, the doctor was so concerned about her, he kept her overnight in the hospital for observation and to make sure she would get the brochure for Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, that is a dark moment. Okay, so then my 3 siblings and I, there's 4 of us total, we start talking and we realize that this window falling, it's a catalyst. It's an opportunity for us to finally do something about Mom's drinking. So we have a series of phone tree events, you know, it's the late 80s, and I'm excited for another reason, besides the fact that maybe my mom's going to get help. My older siblings are finally including me in something. I'm 10 years, I'm a full decade younger than any of them because I was a total accident. They didn't want any more kids. Oops, here I am. And so my 3 siblings just left me out of everything. I was always younger, dumber, not wise. I had nothing to offer. But suddenly, this conversation about Mom's drinking, they included me for the first time. So in a weird way, I was exhilarated for that aspect. So my brother brings up the idea that he thinks we should do this thing called an intervention. And I say, oh, I know all about it. I've watched Oprah. So I say to my 3 siblings, listen, I've got it. I'll run the intervention. I know how it's done. I've seen a lot on Oprah's show. And my siblings say, great. So we agree to meet at my parents' home on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving of that year. Our thinking was that we'd have the intervention on Tuesday, and then the tension would be lifted, and we could have like a 4 or 5 day easy weekend together as a family. Now, I had a secret wish for this intervention. My wish was that it went so well that I would write a letter to Oprah and I would tell her what we did and I would thank her for her advice. And Oprah would be so moved by my story and my family's story and my mother's found sobriety that she would fly us all to Chicago and feature us on her show. And then by facing our own demons, we would help other families face their own demons. Thank you. I thought it was a virtuous wish as well. The Tuesday before Thanksgiving, things were not going well from the get-go, and we all flew into my parents' home, and I just had a sense maybe I was a little bit unqualified to do what I had said I was going to do. My mother smelled a rat. She absolutely smelled the ambush. Late in the afternoon on Tuesday, she invites all of her friends and families over, neighbors, everybody coming over. She made a huge champagne, one of those huge punch bowl, champagne punch bowls filled with cranberry cream de menthe eggnog holiday mixture with sides of bourbon shooters. So that was our Tuesday before Thanksgiving celebration. Everyone's drunk, myself included. The neighbors and everyone leaves and I say, no, we're still going to have the intervention. Okay, it was a disaster. My mom and my brother didn't speak for a year after it. We got a series of letters from my father, resentful letters, how we came into their house, made a mess, and left, which is kind of true, we did. And then I went back to my new job in Philadelphia where I just started, and I was very contemplative. I felt I had let Oprah down. Which I know might sound dumb, but it's the honest truth. I really thought, oh, she's my mentor, she's my idol, she's my guide. I loved every syllable, I still do, that came out of her mouth. And I didn't even think of the fact that maybe I'd let my family down. I had let Oprah down. So then I went and I found some therapy, and the therapist set me straight a little bit and told me that maybe Oprah doesn't know everything. I didn't believe her, but paid her anyway. Okay, years later, I moved to Chicago, completely coincidentally. I end up in the city of Chicago. Now, this is Oprah City, way back when, the Harper Studios, everything West Chicago. I don't stalk Oprah, and I'm very proud of myself that I don't call Oprah, I don't go near her. And then one day someone comes up to me and says, hey Liz, I've got some tickets to the taping of an Oprah show on Friday. You want to go? Yes, I do. And I thought to myself, I have a secret wish. And my secret wish was that while I go to this taping, if I could just make eye contact with Oprah, I'm going to give her a telepathic message that says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you down way back when I was 24 and I didn't know how to run an intervention, and I misused your wisdom, and I'm sorry, Oprah, please forgive me. So I go to the taping, and it's great seats, and Oprah's 50 feet or less from me. It was amazing. She came in, and it was during some of her tiny years, and her hair was cut like Lisa Rinna. And she came out and she sat in those two gold chairs. I don't know if you guys remember that. So I'm trying to grab her eye, and it doesn't work, and I'm irritated because I want to give her my telepathic apology. And then out of the blue, Oprah herself says, does anybody have any questions during a break in the taping? And my hand shoots up. And I look at my hand, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you raising your hand? And Oprah looks right at me and makes eye contact. And she says, what's your question? I don't have a question prepared, but I'm talking to Oprah. So I go back into my deep North Carolina roots, and I ask the thing I ask everybody when I don't know what to say, and I ask her, who made the furniture that you're sitting on? Who made your set furniture, Oprah? I'm curious. And she said, why, Ralph Lauren made it. Thank you for asking. Nobody really asks about the set furniture. And then Oprah Winfrey offers a little more information to me, and she says, our first guest to sit his butt, isn't that so Oprah? The first guest to sit his butt on the set furniture was none other than John F. Kennedy Jr. I know. It wasn't sad then, though, when she said it. So she looks at me, points to me, and says, thank you. And I go, you're welcome, Oprah. And I love Oprah. That's it. Thank you very much.